Are you concerned about the deterioration of Canada-India relations?
I don't know the deep details, but there's no way, in my opinion, that the Canadian government would get involved with accusing India if they didn't have some factual information. The fact that the Indians from the United States and around the world all met in Canada this weekend tells me there's a lot more behind the story.
It depends on what the evidence is that they have for the claims and whether it should be done in public versus in private at first, and if there was any back channel conversations that occurred prior to calling it out in the media, I guess, and seeing if there was a way to deal with it a bit more discreetly perhaps up front. But if it's true, then yeah, it's concerning, and there shouldn't be that sort of action taken on Canadian soil against Canadians.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, everyone has a right to know, right? But definitely should have been just a diplomatic thing, because now it's raising lots of concerns. Like, my parents are so much concerned. They are like every single day, are you okay? Is everything fine? Although literally you see around, there's nothing happening. So I think it's just an issue which was escalated for no reason. And there could have been just a privacy to it and just put an end to that, not bring it up.
Well, I think, maybe he might have poked the bear, and now we're getting the repercussions of poking the bear. So I don't know how it's all going to play out in the end, but it's right now it's a little sensitive,
Yeah, maybe he said a little too much that he should have. Maybe he should have left it for the people involved, like the foreign ministers that deal with this stuff more. But yeah, obviously he's ruffled some feathers over in India. But no, I don't really know a solution to the matter.
I can't say I know enough about it to make an opinion. However, I don't think it's wise as a leader to maybe throw gas on the fire a little bit. I think maybe it would be better to be a bit more diplomatic.
No, I'm not. I'm not concerned one bit. I just feel like, just like in your personal life, like friends do fight sometimes, but at the end it'll be settled. So I feel like Canada needs India, India needs Canada.
We are having deteriorating relationships with big global powers like China, and then now it's India, and then then it becomes like, how involved do we become with other countries' affairs? And even though there is a bit of what happened here locally in Canada that's a concern, but I think we should focus on our own economic problems and our own growth and our own people, and try to focus less on what's happening abroad.
In the long term, no, because countries do have problems from time to time, and after a while, and they do take actions against each other, but then it's forgotten. We had this with Saudi Arabia a couple of years ago. It seems that we've forgotten it, and now the relations should be kind of okay, I believe. Yeah. We had this with China. Things, I think, can still develop and be better. So with India, I know Canada has kind of a strategic alliance, even though currently things are not going well. I think in the longer run it will fix itself.
Well, I mean, I'm concerned about Canada's perception in the world in general. So by proxy, I think the whole India issue is very visible, and it's a bit of a talk point about Canada on the international stage. I'm not concerned. I think diplomats will do their job and will reach the right agreement at some point. I think it's definitely a charged situation, and I don't think there's an easy answer to how to make that go away. So I trust that the government and the intelligence agencies and whoever was involved in that particular issue with the assassination on Canadian soil of a Canadian citizen will solve itself through the proper channel. So me as a private citizen, I don't think I know enough, and obviously I don't have security briefings given to me to be able to tell you how that's going to play out in the long term and what's happening in the back channels around that issue.
Yes, because I'm concerned about all Canada's international relationship deterioration, including China and other countries. We're too small a nation to not make good friends in the world. I think that's the simplest answer.
Only marginally. I think relations will return to normal rather quickly after. There's always a new trendy, I don't know, a new trendy scandal, fiasco, something, right? I think we have bigger issues to look at as far as Canada goes and international relations.
I'm also Indian by myself, but I was born in the States, so I do have Indian parents at home, and, it's kind of a weird situation right now, and yeah, we're just hoping everything just maintains and just goes back to what it used to be, hopefully.
Yes, very much, because my family is in India, so it is like a very big problem, because like when my grandparents want to come here, they can't. They're very scared, so yeah, it's a problem for me.
Yeah, I think for sure I am. I think I'm obviously of Indian heritage, so it's something I take seriously, and being also Canadian, it's important and close to home, for sure.
Definitely a little bit. I mean, you want to be like in good relation with the rest of the world, especially when we're kind of a smaller country, and not smaller in size, but I mean smaller in economic impact and military power and stuff like that. And I mean, a country like India is so powerful, and if they want to team up with someone like China, we definitely have to be worried about that.